This is Gabriel Hughes, my dad, a delivery driver from Bristol who is interested in a very quirky hobby: birdwatching. Some may say it's boring or a complete waste of time, but to him it's quite the opposite.
I've always had an interest in birds from an early age, and I used to keep a little pet budgie, and when he died I didn't want to have any more pets, so I thought, well, I'd rather watch them sort of in the wild instead. And I can remember watching the birds in the garden because we used to feed them, so I remember the sort of common birds like the robins and blue tits, etc. in the garden, and we used to go down to the local lake and we used to see the birds down there.
Well, he was about 12 when he got interested. It started with a lake being built at Backwell, quite near us, and we used to go down there quite often to see this lake that's been built. And then later on I asked him what he wanted for Christmas, and he said a bird table, and that is really the start of his birding. I
got the Collins bird book, which is like the main one back in the day, and sort of I got to know all the garden birds. And then if my mum took me out down the lakes, I'd see all the ducks and geese and what have you down there, that sort of thing. And then I joined the Royal Society for the Protection of Birds, and then I found out there was a local group. So then I joined the local group, and then people used to take you to various locations, and with other people that had more knowledge, that was more interesting. You learn a lot more about different birds that you never saw before.
It was a gradual process, but I think it became more so because I started to take him to Chew Valley Lake, and in all kinds of weather. And in the winter it would be I would be in the car, and sometimes the wind was so great the car would shake, the windows be steamed up, and I would be sat in there hours with knitting and doing a crossword.
When I started, it was a bit different because there was no internet. I mean, for somebody who's got an interest in birdwatching, just look on the internet and look at the local websites. It points to other sort of links of what where they can go and what they can see. And then equipment, I just get a cheap book and cheap pair of binoculars to start off with to see if you like it, and then eventually, and online you'll find out places where to go, and just go to these places, or just join the sort of local bird club, and then people will get to know you, and they'll take you to wherever you want to go, and then from their knowledge you'll gain experience, and then hopefully you'll enjoy it, and some people will carry on. There's a lot of bird photography goes on now, so that's the latest thing since I started. There's a majority of people do photography now instead of just sort of watching birds. The one that I like, the most local one, is the Avalon Marshes in Hamwell RSPB Reserve.
The Avalon Marshes in Hamwell has a rich heritage dating back to thousands of years ago. In the 20th century it was a gold mine for the peat mud industry, where the mud was eventually sold as fuel. However, with years of digging up this resource, it eventually turned the Avalon Marshes into a lifeless bog where nothing could live. Fast forward to today, and it is a thriving RSPB nature reserve where different species of wildlife and birds populate this once scarred landscape.
Over the years, through global warming, things like egrets and ibis and bitterns have all moved in there and have colonised there. And just for an example, there was no bitterns there breeding 20 years ago, and now there's 45 pairs, so it's done a really good job of conservation wise. There's otters there now, and it's a very, very good reserve, and it's good for walking because I like walking, so we do a lot of walking there. Well, you go to some really nice places. You go to a nice mountain, or you go to a nice lake, and then you might see a bird you've never seen before, or something might excite you, like a peregrine falcon might be attacking some pigeons or something like that. It could be quite spectacular. And you get to meet some good friends over the years.
I think they do it for friendship, and and also because they as time goes on, they get more knowledgeable, and I think this is where the interest comes.
I find it quite an enjoyable, relaxing hobby. When you travel somewhere like for 4 hours and you don't see the bird, then it does get a little bit annoying, but apart from that, it's quite good fun. And there's always a nice pub nearby, so that we can all fall back and have a little drink afterwards, so it's always good fun.
With conservation areas like this growing to be a place of safety and security for wildlife in the UK, especially with the rise of climate change around the world, this type of work the RSPB are doing will keep nature preserved for the next generation of birdwatchers, as well as the next generation of nature enthusiasts.